Stanislav, can you please give us update on EB-1C visa? What are the criteria, any recent change, and what are the current conditions for this visa to be approved? Of course, guys, great question, so I'm gonna address that just now. And also, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your EB-1C case. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today we're discussing EB-1C, and usually the way I approach this visa is through L1 visa, which is a smaller sister of this immigrant petition. EB-1C is a green card, L1 is a temporary work and staying in the US that usually precedes EB-1C. But there is nothing in the law that can stop us from getting you approved for EB-1C right off the bat. Usually it's L1 EB-1C, but I had cases, and I do have them, where we would get EB-1C approved for international executive or manager who is transferred within the two companies. So let's discuss the actual criteria that we have in EB-1C. You must be working in the company outside of the US for at least 1 year. Your position must be either managerial or executives. And when I say managerial, I mean the top management, okay? It's just not the regular manager or supervisor. You have to have people under your control. If you're an executive, you must be the one to care about the strategic development of the company or the part of the company, like a department or a particular important function. And by the way, there is also a smaller part in the law that not too many people know is a functional manager. Executive and a top manager supposed to have people under their control whom they direct and control, right? And who report back to them. But the functional manager is the position in the company that has a very important function, for example, contract negotiation. Or you may be an IT professional who builds the whole architecture of the product that the company is using. You could be the functional manager, okay? So you don't have to have people under your control, or although you could have, but more importantly, the thing that exactly you're doing. Doesn't matter this way or another. If you're a manager or executive, show me at least 15 people under your control. And there's nothing in the law that states that we have to have those 15 people, but my experience tells me that that's what we want to see, or more. Of course, each case is individual. Maybe this company will work with 10 people and this one will not work with 20. But when I get to a real analysis of your case, that's where I look first. Now, this company must be affiliated with the company in the US. What exactly that means? That means that both companies must have the same controlling person, entity, or both. It could be you and somebody else. One company could own the other company, but there must be this affiliation, the connection through the ownership of both of these companies. If we have that, then we go to the US company and look what's inside. I need at least 8 people working in that company with 2-3 managers who control people who do the operational things in the company. Like linear employees, they may be called. You should take the position above all these 8 people. And that could be the whole company, or that could be a small part, a department in a bigger entity. Okay, doesn't really matter for me. If we have that, and that company worked for at least a year, and we can show the ability to pay the salary for you, then both of those companies do qualify for EB-1C, and we can get you the green card. Sounds like not very hard to do, right? It's like, okay, the 2 companies, I'm at the top, I control and direct, I work there for a year or more, and then there's a company in the US that's operational for a year or more, and I could be transferred there as long as there's affiliation. Correct. What are the top mistakes I see in similar petitions made by people who, God forbid, file on their own or use the services of attorneys who do not specialize on those type of visas. So, number one, not enough documents showing your position and explaining how exactly that works. It's not enough to show that you were appointed to this position. We have to show that your position is supported by the documents produced due to your work or for this position. And that's basically the only way we can prove that you are who you are. Through the documentation, the reports to you, the strategies you develop, the way you analyze the reports, the briefing you hold, the minutes of those briefings, the CRM that you're using, all this good stuff. Without those papers, they will never be with us. We have to be really careful about those documents in both companies. Okay, and I understand that the US company, it may be new position, so there's nothing to show, but we should show the infrastructure that will support this position, the people and the money. So that was number one mistake, not enough documents supporting your position. Number two, and this is very often, I see that right and left, not enough documents to show the ability to pay the salary in your position in the US. And you'd be like, well, how is it possible? Well, because we may claim that we have financial ability and even show some money, but if the tax documents do not explain where that money is coming from and that we have that reserve or we have that profitability in the company, we might have a little bit of problem. So make sure the ability to pay criterion is fully supported by the documents. These are the two main mistakes that I see. There's more, but these are the main ones, the highlights. Now, let's talk about the process. Before I'm going to mention the process, let me give you the option to know if your case is good for EB-1C. That's called free evaluation. So go down below this video, find the link, click on it, it says free evaluation. The form is gonna open up. Fill out that form, that questionnaire, and give me up to 2 days to analyze it and come back to you with initial analysis if you have chances and whether you have the potential to get approved within the next 6 months with 90% chance of approval. So get your free evaluation right now and then come for complex immigration planning, where I'm gonna build the exact strategy how we're gonna proceed with your case before you hire my team and myself for the complete case filing. So your immigration to the US is easy as 1, 2, 3. Free evaluation, complex immigration planning, complete case filing. How this process works? You're gonna go with my team for the next 6 months to prepare the evidentiary base for this petition. 1 month among those 6, I take to draft a memorandum, the document that makes the legal argument why you fit within the criteria. And we're gonna file it with expedited processing, which is 45 days, but usually they assess them within 2-3 weeks. And after that, about 6 to 9 months for you to get the interview in the embassy, or if you have the tourist visa or you currently in the US on a different visa, we can get you the adjustment of status without going outside of the US and getting your green card in the country without the interview. And the form that you have to file for EB-1C visa is called I-140. All right, I-140, there's a bunch of other forms, but I'm not going to give you all this, but I'm not going to exhaust you with all these numbers. Guys, get that free evaluation right out of your way. Come to the complex immigration planning, get that strategy going, and then proceed with your case. I have close to 99% chance of approval for this particular visa. So we know what we're doing as long as you have the criteria that I described. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and get that bell button not to miss the 2 or 3 videos that I release every week for many years now. Also, I have a Telegram channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, and other platforms, unique content on each one of them. Go down below to find the links and follow me there. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.